Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Is it true that that we already funded this in the past? This is not a new appropriation. These are funds that are already set aside. And is it also true that the amount of investment that this would be for the state in a museum in Tulsa is substantially less than what the state of Oklahoma has already invested in a non-state asset for a museum here in Oklahoma City? Would both those things be true?
Thank you for the question, and absolutely that's true. And I might add, and just for whatever it's worth, Oklahoma Historical Society, we have 25 museums across this state under their purview, and there's not one of those museums in Tulsa, Oklahoma. It's just for something to think about.
Isn't it true that there is an addition is $18 million, considerable investment that we've made, and a building in Tulsa that is now an empty shell waiting for this $18 million to build out a very nice museum for the citizens of Tulsa?
Thank you for the question, Representative. And yes, that is true.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Would you believe, as a Tulsan, I am excited to have this pop museum finally finished as the only asset of the Historical Society in Tulsa, but also generating revenue and connecting all our other historical museums across the state so we can have a very robust tourism environment?
Thank you very much for that question. I would agree, because it clearly does fit well with what Tulsa already has with their Woody Guthrie Museum, with their Bob Dylan collection. It's a very, very nice fit for Tulsa, Oklahoma. If they reach it, it'll be quite an accomplishment. And I think they're set to do that if we can get this bill passed.
Would you believe that we have millions of dollars in donations from some Oklahoma artists that are just waiting to be displayed, but yet, even though these families have donated all of these items, we are not allowing these wonderful donations to be calculated in that $18 million matching. Would you believe it?
Thank you very much for that question. I would believe it. I've toured this museum. They do have a number of things already donated that I think will be a lot of interest to the public and could be an inspiration for our youth coming from Oklahoma to see what others before them have accomplished.
Given that we have an actual Bob Wills and the Texas Playboys bus ready to put up in the front of this pop culture museum, don't you think it's time we voted on this bill so I can take me back to Tulsa?
Clear the vote.
75 aye, 14 nay.
Having received a majority vote of those elected to the Council House, declare the bill to pass.